Listen to that. Can you hear it? Small aeroplane passing overhead. Neighbours chatting. Quiet, peaceful, neighbourly, respectful. There's one of us round here who needs to adapt into that lifestyle. And his name is Denis. He's very rude and loud. Today, we're going to change that. Yeah, so welcome back to the Dadskillz car channel. And as you know, this is Denis. If you've not seen him before, then just check out some of my previous videos on him. But today, we're going to do a deep dive into the heart of Denis to find out why he's so obnoxiously loud. But really, it's not his heart, is it? It's more his arse. So join me as we take a deep dive into Denis's arse. Yes, I know. No, I didn't. And no, I'm not going to. So we're back on our backs under a car again. So before we go any further, let's take a look at the rust situation. Yeah, there is some. Alright, what do we get when we go a bit further back in? We've got scabby back axle. And it's all a bit scabby down there. Now that side, where the exhaust comes up, normally gets pretty bad because it hasn't got this protection on. And then, yeah, okay. So I think while we're under here with this exhaust off, when we get it off, I think we're just going to have a little wire brush off and some Schultz put around, aren't we? So it took me a while to find what kind of exhaust was on this and all the rest of it, and it's an OEM one. So you just got your, and obviously previous video, you'll see we change it back to a cat from a decat, and that made no difference to the noise. So we've got OEM exhaust come up here, and then it goes into this big silencer, of which there are 3 chambers in there. And there's all sorts of various holes, and it passes through and what have you. Then it comes to this side, which goes to a, very close I know, which goes to that stock silencer, and then it goes this side, stock silencer, so it's OEM. So I couldn't work out why it was so loud, but we have, if you can tell up there, some black sooty deposits all up the back end here. What do we think about that? It's not too bad. It's another, oh Jesus, it's another car where we are just in time. Or are we just too late? No, we're just in time, aren't we? God, it needs doing badly. Right, stock exhaust. Oh, what's this? Ooh, and there we go. I can put my hand into the exhaust. There's a massive hole there, massive. So no wonder it's bloody loud. Also, I wondered why it was so vibratey at certain, like, harmonic pitches, if you like. It's actually missing his mount, and his mount is floppy up there, not even attached. I didn't bother trying to undo them. They'd only snap anyway. So I managed to, with a load of different blades, actually get the bolts out, which are lying somewhere down there. So the next thing is just start unhooking these mounts, and it should come off after a bit of to-in and fro-in. Let's pull it out together, shall we? So I need to keep this bit, but that's fine. We'll just angle grind it off there. Are you ready for this? Here it is. Now then, shall we just go around this side, do you think? Oh my God, look at that. No wonder it was loud. Jesus Christ. Brilliant, okay. Ooh, nice bit of silicone. Fantastic. That did the trick, wasn't it? Ah! So the issue I've got under here is that you're very quickly into some sort of mission creep, where you started off just wanting to change the exhaust, and now there's all sorts of stuff need doing. But why I brush all this off, built Hamber or whatever it's called, 80, Hydrate 80, And then I've got some cans of Schultz we can use up under here. They look pretty good then, I would have thought. And as Pulp said, I don't know why, but I had to start it somewhere. So it started there. It's soon become pretty obvious that that wasn't strong enough. So let's try this beast, shall we? That is strong enough, but it's flicking it back into my face, which isn't ideal. Let me go that way. There's actually only so far you can go with that before it just gets in the way of everything and you can't reach anything. So now we're back in with this little fine thing here. This has gone pretty well, I reckon, considering it's only actually taken me an hour and a half maybe under there while wheeling away at stuff. But we're somewhere there and there's no holes. There's rust, but there's no holes. Next, for today, I've ordered the exhaust, but it's not here, so this is great. So this means we can get this on, get the Tetraseal on tomorrow, and then it's ready. I've shaken it well. We're probably going to go for 2 applications. And it says excess application should be avoided. Right. See how we get on with that. We're just working our way down here. There's obviously some bits I don't need to rust convert because they're just covered in the original layer of wax that they put on, or whatever it is. Underseal. Can you tell I'm not very good at decorating? It's not actually the worst job in the world to be doing. I could think of worse things to do on a Sunday. I thought it was Freddie going to be getting done first, but no. Denis is first up. A bit more of this stuff. We are looking all right now. There's a few places that you can just tell need a second coat. Well, a third coat. So what I've done, this is second coat that's drying, still in various places. And I've got that much left. So I can't put that back in the bottle. So we'll wait until this is dried and then we'll put a last coat in where it looks like it needs it. Ah! Yeah. So, I couldn't decide if it was straight on with Underseal or primer it first. And there's a couple of really good channels out there. And one does no primer, straight on with the Underseal. And a couple do primer and then Underseal. So I thought I'd meet in the middle. And anything that was rusty that I've converted, we'll put primer on, I think. It certainly can do no harm, he says, hopefully. With the underneath now primed and drying, I think we'll give the rear bumper some love. I'm just spraying on some of this Ultra TFR stuff from Jenny Chem. Agitate that and wash it off. And what I'm hoping to do is, I've seen on a few, they've sprayed this bit black, and so it's kind of cheating to make it look like it's got some sort of diffuser on it. This is quite nice, but I think the black, if you glance at it quickly, will just make it look like it's something it isn't. So now I've tried taking this off, but that seemed like a whole world of pain. So we're going to leave that on, and I think I'll spray that as well, so it all mixes in, and we'll spray these as well. No reason for them to stay silver. So now it's dried enough. I've just very loosely, roughly, masked off where's going to be black. And so all I'm doing this time is just roughing the surface up with some 800. And then once I've done everything, wash it all off, take this off, let it dry again, and then we'll panel wipe it and remask it and spray it up. As you can see down there, we've roughed it up. We've even managed to get a few little scratches out, a few little bits of paint lacquer out. So we'll wash it off, wait for it to dry and panel wipe it. We've masked it all up, and I've been assured, even though it looks black over Bill's mother's, it's not going to rain, at least for a couple of hours. So where we've done this this edging, we've gone for this really fine tape up the side there. You can see where we've scratched it. Get us a nice key. I've got the paint warming up in some hot water just to try and bring its temperature up a bit. So, as for the black bit, I think it looks fantastic. Look at it. That's far more aggressive and mean, but there was a downside, which I didn't even contemplate would happen. Look, the tape has taken some of the bloody lacquer off. Ugh, so annoying. So we'll have to do something with that, but as for the look, that looks brilliant, I reckon. And for my final trick, spats. Look at that. And I've sprayed it so it's the satin black as well. So tell me what you think. You won't see many in satin, but I think that's going to look fantastic. So I just put some double-sided tape on it. So yeah. That's that, somewhere there. And then I'm going to fix it on with tick screws. Oh, look, I love it. It looks brilliant. Really nice. So, last job of the day for the exhaust to go on tomorrow is spray the Schultz underneath. Now, I've had these in water, hot water, throughout the day, just warming them up. Because when I used them before on Freddie, they were a bit hopeless, so I'm hoping the warmth will be the deciding factor. So let's get this stuff on. Oh, yes. That's going to work a treat, isn't it? Well, thankfully, that's over. Something of a tortuous process, that. And it's looking really good. That should give him a few more years yet, shouldn't it? And I don't think I'd recommend these things. I think next time we'll use that with a proper air compressor. Get the proper air compressor stuff, because these just block up and they're a bit of a nightmare. So, we await the arrival of the exhaust. Ah! I need to get this old gasket, which you can hardly see, off there, ready for the new one. So by hook or by crook, we got the new gasket on. Ugh, I don't know how easy this is going to be to do all that up, but we had to use all sorts of implements in the end to try and get that pipe ready for it. let's push this bit in and hang it, shall we? Make it easier for us. That'll go in, of course. All you've got to do is go past there. That's it. This hanger I took off, if I remember rightly. Which way does it go? That one. That's on. Then go on, down you go. That's on, right. So this end, if you remember, the hanger had totally rusted off the old exhaust. But here we can now right. We have an exhaust in situ. Right, so on this one, I've got the new bolt, and I've used the old spring because I couldn't get them to touch with the new spring, but with the top one, we'll put the new, see if we can get the new spring on there. There's nothing wrong with these old springs, to be fair. No, I can't get it started. See the difference between those. Oops. There you go, come back, you bastard. There's not a lot in it, and I really can't see it making that much difference. So we're going old bolt, new bolt, old spring. Nice. There we go, nicely attached, nicely on its hanger. Now all we need is this silencer to go from here to over there somewhere. Right, I reckon that'll do. Copious amounts of exhaust assembly putty later. We are ready to put this car on the ground. Woohoo! Okay, the moment has come. He's been down off his ramps for 20 minutes or so. Just let all the liquids settle. He's been through a lot. So, shall we give it its first start? Better. Ah! So it's been a week or so now since we changed Denis's exhaust and did all that work underneath. What's it like now? Just on a quick aside, the local scum has been up here again. God's sake. So I've got the windows open because there's been an outbreak of what could be called summer. How long that'll last for, I don't know. But, so far, sound-wise, we're sat inside. You can have a conversation with someone now where we couldn't have before. There's no sort of vibrations and weirdness going on. So let's just take a little run on it. Arf is not happy because it's not loud enough. I understand where he's coming from, but this is now perfectly usable
on the school run and stuff. And that means Freddie can have more stuff taken out of him to make him lighter. So that's cool. Before we get out onto the open road, if you've got this far and you'd like to help the channel, there are channel memberships available. There's also super thanks. But the biggest thing you can do is just give me a like on this video. Share it with your friends who are also into cars. That'd be fantastic. And who knows what projects we can go on to. But here we are on the open road. Should we have a bit of VTEC? Have some of that. Beautiful bit of VTEC. Right, until the next time, I'll see you again. Goodbye.